Welcome back, Days of Our Lives fans. If you thought May 21st would offer any peace in Salem, think again. The latest episode is a storm of emotional unraveling, subtle warnings, shocking moves, and growing paranoia. Every moment is layered with tension, and every conversation carries the weight of what's not being said. From Sarah's crumbling confidence to Paulina's jaw-dropping surprise, Kat's quiet crossroads, and Brady and Alex's growing fears, this episode has something brewing on every front. Let's break it all down. Only days ago, Sarah Horton Kuriakis had allowed herself to believe again. The possibility of expanding her family with Xander felt like a step toward healing, a way to rewrite the chaos of their past with something innocent, something beautiful. For once, their conversations were filled with lighthearted plans, baby names, nursery colors, and daydreams of a calm life. But now, the joy has evaporated. Today, Sarah moves like someone underwater. Her smile feels forced, her gaze often drifts, and her usual certainty has been replaced with a gnawing sense of dread. Why? Because Philip Kuriakis still lies unconscious in a hospital bed, fighting for his life after a savage attack. And even though no one has been arrested, Salem is whispering one name: Xander. The more Sarah hears it, the more she starts to wonder, could they be right? She remembers his past, his temper, the dark chapters they've fought to forget. And now, with another life possibly growing inside her, the stakes have never been higher. Is she bringing a child into the arms of a man who might never truly escape the chaos? Can she raise a baby in a world where one misstep could land Xander behind bars, or worse? Her silence in today's scenes is haunting. It speaks of an internal unraveling, a slow erosion of the trust she's tried so hard to rebuild. And while she hasn't said the words yet, one thing is clear. Sarah is no longer certain she wants this future. This might be the beginning of a heartbreak she never saw coming, not because of betrayal, but because love may no longer be enough to protect what matters most. While Sarah questions her future, another woman in Salem stands on the edge of an emotional cliff, Kat Green. And someone who's been there before steps in to gently pull her back. Stephanie Johnson, ever observant and empathetic, sees the signs. She watches the way Kat looks at Chad DiMera, the hopeful glances, the lingering pauses, the quiet yearning. And it unsettles her. Because Stephanie remembers being in that exact place. She too once believed that she and Chad could build something lasting. That love could overcome grief. That she could be the one to help him move on. But there was always someone else in the room, Abigail. Even in death, Abigail's presence still lingers, etched into Chad's heart in a way that no new love has been able to erase. So Stephanie does what few people in Salem ever do, she speaks honestly. In a quiet moment away from the noise, she leans in and says, "Kat, I'm not trying to scare you, but falling for a man who's still in love with a ghost?" It's a slow kind of heartbreak. Kat listens, respectful, polite. She even smiles, but her expression betrays her inner conflict. She doesn't dismiss the warning, but she doesn't fully absorb it either. Because when you're falling in love, you want to believe your story will be different. That you will be the exception. That the past won't win. But this could be the moment that defines everything. Will Kat pull back before she gets hurt? Or will she dive deeper into a love that may never fully belong to her? Meanwhile, Chad remains unaware of the emotional ripple effects unfolding around him. But soon, he'll have to choose, not just between two women, but between memory and possibility. In a house that's seen its fair share of scandal, Paulina Price manages to steal the spotlight once again, reminding everyone why she remains one of the most unpredictable and powerful women in Salem. This time, it's Chanel and Johnny who are caught off guard. As they settle in for what they think is a typical family conversation, Paulina interrupts the flow with a stunning announcement, a bombshell that changes everything. Though the exact nature of her decision is still under wraps, early signs suggest it's big. It could be a return to the political arena, where she's never been shy about shaking things up. Or maybe she's launching a bold new business venture designed to reclaim her voice after months spent recovering from both political and personal setbacks. But there's also speculation that her move is deeply personal, a secret she's been carrying, a choice she's made for the sake of her family, or possibly, a strategic strike at someone who crossed a line. Chanel is stunned, struggling to grasp the reasoning behind it. Johnny, always quick to analyze, is already thinking 2 steps ahead, trying to predict how Paulina's move might affect not only their relationship, but the balance of power across Salem. But if there's one thing viewers know about Paulina, it's this: she never plays short-term games. She's thinking 3 moves ahead, always. Whether this is an act of redemption, a calculated return to public power, or a personal vendetta cloaked in civility, Paulina has set a plan in motion. And the ripple effects? They won't just rock her household. They'll reach far beyond, touching the Carvers, the Demaras, the Prices, and possibly topple someone who didn't see her coming. This isn't just a shock, it's a declaration. Salem has been warned. Paulina is back in the game. As Paulina makes waves in the living room, elsewhere in Salem, a very different storm is brewing, and Brady Black and Alex Kyriakis can feel it coming. The puzzle pieces are starting to fall into place, and the image they're forming is deeply unsettling. Philip Kyriakis, left clinging to life after a savage attack. The Versavix vials mysteriously vanished, despite being the only hope for Beau Brady's survival. Kevin Lambert, acting stranger by the day, dodging questions and covering his tracks. To others, these may seem like isolated incidents. But to Brady and Alex, they're breadcrumbs leading to a much larger, darker truth. Brady, driven by instinct and a growing sense of dread, believes that someone is targeting Salem's most powerful families, not by chance, but by design. And Alex agrees. His family's legacy, already shaken by the attack on Philip, is now shadowed by the possibility that the Kyriakises are just the first of several marks. They start running theories. What if the Philip attack wasn't random, but a warning? What if Beau's sepsis isn't just tragic, but strategic, meant to keep a hero unconscious? What if the chaos surrounding Doug Williams III's finances isn't about greed, but a tool to move pawns into position? Brady is convinced. Someone is pulling strings, and Salem is the stage. And if that's true, then they may already be too late to stop what's coming next. This subplot is no longer just suspenseful, it's existential. A conspiracy that could expose weaknesses in families once considered untouchable. A power grab in the shadows. A quiet war no one saw coming, except Brady and Alex. Their sense of urgency builds with every second. Salem may not realize it yet, but they're already in the middle of the storm. Now the question is, who's behind it? And who will fall next? Amid all the drama, betrayals, and looming danger in Salem, one moment dares to offer a sense of normalcy: Ari Horton's birthday. There's cake, balloons, laughter. Familiar faces gather at the Hernandez home, trying to create a picture of joy and celebration. And for a while, it works. Ari, now more grown up and composed than ever, flashes a smile that feels almost genuine. But behind the smiles lies something far more complicated. Ari's return to Salem was sudden, and riddled with inconsistencies. Her story about needing money for a flight didn't quite track. The timing, just as Doug Williams III's name started circulating around shady financial dealings, raised eyebrows. And Gabby, fiercely protective and sharply intuitive, is starting to see the cracks. During the party, Gabby can't help but watch Ari closely. Her daughter seems distracted. She avoids certain questions. She's texting someone, quietly, and stepping away from conversations at key moments. Even Marlena, present for the festivities, seems to sense something. She catches a look between Ari and someone outside, possibly Doug III, lurking near the curb but never entering. It's subtle, but in Salem, subtle things often hide explosive truths. As the candles are blown out and the room erupts in cheers, the tension only grows for Gabby. Why is Ari really back? Who did she rush here to protect or confront? And what is she hiding behind those carefully rehearsed smiles? The birthday celebration is a symbolic scene, joy fighting to exist within a minefield of secrets. And it may only be a matter of time before one innocent-looking gift or one slip of the tongue brings it all crashing down. Because in Salem, even birthdays come with baggage. And when Gabby finally uncovers the truth, this mother-daughter relationship may never be the same. So what does this all mean for Salem moving forward? Sarah's doubt could unravel her relationship with Xander, and change the fate of their unborn child. Kat's heart may be heading into dangerous territory, even if she's not ready to admit it. Paulina's bombshell could redraw political lines or stir up personal chaos. Brady and Alex's paranoia might not be paranoia at all, it might be prophecy. And Ari's secrets are still bubbling, threatening to boil over when least expected. What do you think will happen next? Is Sarah right to question her future with Xander? Will Kat walk into heartbreak, or walk away in time? Is Paulina protecting her family, or pulling strings again? And are Brady and Alex on the verge of uncovering something Salem's not ready to face? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Drop your theories, your predictions, and your hopes for what's coming next. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that notification bell, so you never miss another twist, reveal, or betrayal from Days of Our Lives. Because in Salem, every whisper leads to a reckoning. Every smile hides a secret. And no one stays safe for long. Stay tuned. The storm isn't coming, it's already here.